Okay, hello, how are you? Happy Friday to all that's listening. I think it's like the 16th or something like that, or the 17th. Um, Anywho, I wanted to talk about a couple of celebrities. We're going to talk about Nicki Minaj real quick, and then we're going to talk about Tasha K. Uh, let's just get into it really quick. Let's do a check in on Nicki Minaj. She uh, found herself associated with the MAGA people. And I'm going to just go ahead and say, and this is not because I'm biased towards Nicki Minaj, but politics has become really, really super serious where people are actually losing their lives over their own opinions, and that is dangerous. You can't just be out here shooting people because you feel like, or trying to stop people's growth or their process because you hate their opinion or their choices on what they do. It's none of y'all business. With that being said, I don't necessarily agree with Mega, but as far as who people decide to associate with, that's none of my business, and it's none of your business either. Let's get started with that. But let's do a check in with Nicki Minaj and see what's going on. How are you, Nikki? Nikki. Um, and let's see what's going on. Okay, so I have the King of Pentacles upside down. I have the Eight of Pentacles, and I have the Page of Cups. This is somebody who's losing their whole foundation because they're leading with love. And now they're all stuck in their head. This is Nikki. She's stuck in her head about it because her intentions were something different. This is about leveling up spiritually. This is a higher level of a commitment spiritually. And she's understanding that the judgment against her is harsh right now, but give it some time and then people will be thinking differently, especially when it comes to morality. And by the way, morality is a choice. It's not something you have to follow. It's, ethics and all of that is like a personal choice. Um, with that comes integrity. And for me, integrity is really important because how you present yourself to the world is how people are going to see you, deal with you, all of that. So if you're an asshole, who wants to deal with an asshole? In this case, Nikki is, it feels like her intentions are to level up spiritually. Um, so she have possibly mentioned some things that was for her morally wrong. That doesn't mean that she's not, because Jesus said love everybody. So I don't think she hates on the people that have made Mickey, i.e., the LGBT community, which is just a bunch of letters. There's no real community. Um, and also, you know, the people who like to dress like women, the people who want to dress like Nicki Minaj. It is okay for people to level up spiritually. Now, for me, that part, the people that she's hanging out with, let's just break down who they are. And maybe Nikki will be like, okay, I didn't know that history about them. So, like I said, it's all about integrity and it's how you present yourself to the world. This lady, what's his name's wife, the dude that got shot in the neck, his wife uh, was a child trafficking. She trafficked children. So this is why there's a side eye with Nikki, because this woman worked directly with Jeffrey Epstein. They set her up with her husband. They put that group together. But she was in a part of the world where she was supposed to be helping people, and it was in the guise of a sex trafficking ring. People, women, little girls were coming up missing under her, all kind of stuff. And you can go look this up. This isn't something I'm making up. These are facts. So for me, maybe I don't know if Nikki's chilling with them at their house. They were at a summit on a stage. I don't think well, I don't know what they're doing, but anybody think that this girl went home and hung out with homegirl and had glasses of wine, boxed wine, and talk about fucking Netflix and blah blah blah? No, I think Nikki putting herself in a position to establish herself as someone with high morals, and a lot of people aren't going to see that. And she's just her decision to do this. She's just going to wait on the results to see what happens afterwards. But this has nothing about her. I don't think there's an association with MAGA. More so, there's an association with Christian upbringing. However, the person she decided to Christian upbring with is not a real. She's a devil. So let's just put it out like that. So, um, birds of a feather flock together. So let's just question, like, Nikki, are you a devil? And I don't think she is. We will soon see, right? I think the sun comes out. Look, this even look like Nicki Minaj a little bit. The sun comes out on Nikki. Her stability. Nothing's gonna change. She does have to defend herself with the public, but this is all she and her spiritual, like sitting on her pillow, doing her yoga. You know what I mean? Exercising her solar plexus, which is her intuitive chakra, the chakra that's artistic, the chakra that's. I honestly think Nicki Minaj knows what she's doing, um, and she knows how to stimulate her bag. And I do think it's about stimulating the bag, um, because even infamy is famous. You know what I mean? Even that. But I do think this is about a spiritual, a higher upbringing, and nothing. It has nothing to do with MAGA mostly. I haven't specifically heard words that Nicki Minaj said out of her mouth. I'm only reading the cards and the energy. You know what I mean? And honestly, for me, this is her establishing her morality, her morals, what she feels is right. Um, does that mean she's trying to stop another person's bag or their identity or telling them that they can't be who they are? No. She's just simply saying, these are my beliefs, this is what I believe in. And again, I'm not trying to take up for Nicki Minaj. I am a fan of Nicki Minaj, but I am also a fan of Cardi B. I am also a fan of a lot of female rappers because that's a hard game to get into, and you got to give these women their respect for doing it. They're making it in a game that wasn't meant for them. So I give her mad respect for that. And she's also the baddest one doing it. For me, that's just my outtake. Now, people are like, fuck her and this and that, and I hate Nicki, blah, blah, blah. And these are people in my family, but like, so what? Like, I'm not going to yay or nay somebody. I'm just not. It's good for you for, being brave enough to push out your morals and your ethics and how you want to be seen and actually navigate the world. Congratulations. So it's 8 minutes into it, and this was like a quick little read for Nikki. In the future, the sun does come out. And this isn't bad exposure. This is good exposure. You're going to see her intentions on what she really wanted to do, which was spiritually level up, protect herself from the outside world, from people trying to tell her how to live her life. She don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about, by the way. Her eyes are on the prize. Her eyes are on her spirituality. Her eyes is on God. God is in the whole mix. And you can't tell me nothing different about it. So, again, I am not the type of person to stop dealing with people because of their political. This is the moon at the bottom with the Ten of Cups. And this is all good stuff for Nicki Minaj. The Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Moon. There's something that you're not seeing that's happening for Nicki Minaj and the way she's moving. In other words, don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing over here. Worry about your spirituality and how you have to deal with God, and let me worry about how I have to deal with it. She ain't got to fucking acquiesce to nobody and their lifestyle, by the way. She got her own lifestyle. I have my own lifestyle. We all live how the fuck we want to live. Excuse my language. We all live how we want to live. She ain't got to live like you. She ain't got to believe in the same thing you believe in. I don't have to live like you. You don't have to live like anybody else. You don't have to believe what anybody else is believing. It's whatever is convicting you and how you navigating in the world. Now, if you navigating in a way that's conducive to bullshit, of course people are gonna look at you sideways. But sitting on the stage with somebody and talking about the things that you want to see happen, your beliefs is not a sin. It's not a sin against humanity, the world. She's not your enemy because she has opinions on how she living her life. And that's what I have to say about it. Goodbye.